Hi, I'm Jake with Down to Earth Trekking, and today I'm going to be going over my backpacking food. And so if you don't know, this is the seventh video in my series of videos where I go over all the gear that I bring with me on a weekend backpacking trip. And today specifically, I'm covering the food that I bring. And so I'll give two examples. And first will be with dehydrated meals. So all you have to do is boil water, add it to the bag, and wait a few minutes, your meal is ready. And the other example will be with actually buying the individual pieces of food from the store and assembling your meals on the trail that way. So if you want, I have timestamps in the descriptions so you can jump around to whichever section you're more interested in checking out. And I hope you enjoy the video. Let's start with the dehydrated meals. So there are many different brands that make these meals, but they're all essentially the same. But to just name a few brands, you've got Mountain House, you've got Wise Company, you've got Ready Wise, and you've got Alpine Air. And now these are just four examples. But like I said, there's many different companies that will make these dehydrated meals. And so you can definitely shop around if you are looking for them. And essentially they all work about the same. You boil however much water they say on the back of the meal, and then you add that water to the bag, let it sit for 5 minutes or so, and then usually your meal is ready and you can get to eating. So really easy to prepare and also really easy to clean up, because once you've eaten your meal, all you have to do is throw away the bag. There's not really any pots you have to worry about cleaning or anything like that. So they're definitely nice because of the simplicity that they bring to a trip. Easy to make, easy to clean. You're not having to worry about dishes or anything like that. So that is nice, but they are expensive to buy. So if you're going to be going out for multiple nights, this may not be the most cost-effective way, but for an overnight trip, you can usually get away with some dehydrated meals and it won't break the bank, and it'll just make the trip a little bit easier. Real quick, before I explain individually buying each piece of your meal, I just need to add, if you're enjoying the video, hit that thumbs up. If you have any questions, you can leave them down below in the comments. And if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. And if you know anyone this video might help, please share it with them. Next, I'm going to cover individually buying each piece of your meal for a backpacking trip. And personally, this is what I do just because it's usually a little bit more cost effective. You don't have to spend as much money to still get the same amount of calories as like a dehydrated meal would provide. So you usually save a few dollars, as well as it's easier to scale up if you need to for a longer 3-4 night backpacking trip. So that's really why I do it. And we'll get into specifically what I would bring. So for an overnight trip, you're really going to need a lunch, a dinner, and then a breakfast for the next day. So I have 3 meals packed into this bag. And for me, I do prefer to use a drawstring bag to keep everything contained. It just makes it easier knowing all my food is in one spot within my backpack. And so in the main bag, I'll usually carry snacks. So I've got dehydrated apples, and then I'll usually carry my lunches and dinners as well. So I've got chicken packets for my dinner and my lunch. And for dinner, I'll make up some instant potatoes and then mix a pack of chicken in with that. And that'll be a great dinner. And then for lunch, I've got some Ritz crackers, and I'll pair that with another pack of chicken, and got a good little lunch right there. So those are kind of the main meals that I've got. And then I also like to carry other bags that are smaller and will fit within the main bag to carry my drink mixes in case I want to make a hot drink or something like that in the morning or in the evening before I go to bed. So I'll usually carry some apple cider and some hot chocolate. So those are always good drinks for the evening when you're wanting to wind down. And then, of course, got the coffee for in the morning in case I need to get woken up and get moving. And then I always carry some electrolytes as well, just in case you're starting to feel some dehydration set in. You've got a little something to help your body out. So I've usually got a little bag for drink mixes, and then I'll have another little bag for bars and snacky foods and things like that. And so in here, yeah, I've got most of like my breakfast bars and things. Like Usually I opt out of heating anything up for breakfast, so I'll just do a cold breakfast that I can eat either while I'm on the trail or right before I get on the trail. And so I've got like breakfast crackers and cookies and like fig bars and almond joy candies just to get you up and going in the morning. And you've got like the honey stinger waffles and honey stinger protein bars. So just a lot of things that you can eat. They give you energy real quick in the morning, and they don't take long to make or prepare. So that's kind of how I do my breakfast. And I'll carry typically breakfast all in its own bag. So that's kind of how I sort everything, and that's really all the food you'll need for like a day for an overnight trip. So that's really all there is to it. And you can usually buy all these at any kind of local grocer, a Walmart or a Kroger, really anywhere what you got should work. Well, that really covers all there is for food. You've got two examples, bringing dehydrated meals into the backcountry or individually buying the food and assembling it yourself. So either way you go, you can make it as fancy or as simple as you want. And there's, again, a lot of options to play around with. So you'll just need to make it your own and, try out some dehydrated meals, try out making your own and prepping and doing all that. Because at the end of the day, you're the one eating the food. So might as well have stuff that you enjoy eating. Anyway, until next time, keep on trekking.